Hi guys, Christy, Funky Junk Inspiration. How are we doing today? I hope you guys are having a great day and all that kind of stuff. Today we're going to work in our folio, in our journal right here. I have these amazing vintage printables that I want to put in there. I think they're absolutely beautiful. I was going to do a crafting a stenciling tutorial, and I came across these guys and I couldn't help myself. I had to do these. So it's called Vintage Vibes, and how much more vintage can you get than good old-fashioned roller skating? Who doesn't love to roller skate, right? And all that kind of fun stuff right there. Okay, so we're just tearing these out right here. I got these prints off of Etsy. There's a whole group of them, so you may see me doing some more things with some of the other prints and stuff here in the near future, because I absolutely love, how these look and how amazing they are. Okay, so here's what we've got. We've got a roller skating one, and we have this jukebox one. I'm gonna do this spread here. I'm gonna leave that there. I was gonna peel it off, but I think I'm gonna leave it there. Okay, I kind of need something in the background. I've got to decide what I want to do something in the background or do on there to make the background look kind of cool, something a little different. I was kind of thinking along the lines of maybe a little bit of fabric or something like that. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I grabbed a couple pieces of fabric. I'm not sure. This is kind of a thick textile type of thing, but I can make it a little thinner because it's kind of like somebody made like a tube, you know? So we may use a little piece of that. And this is a good old-fashioned sheet or pillowcase right here that we could also use. And it has been coffee stained a little bit, not very dark. Okay, but we also have, I also pulled out some of this kind of paper here, and possibly, you know, look at that piece right there that we could possibly use in here, as well as some good old-fashioned packing paper. Here's a smaller piece of packing paper. Okay, so that's kind of along the lines of what I was kind of looking for to do with this. Right here, let's just put some pages on here. Ooh, that's kind of pretty and kind of goes with it a little bit. There's a piece of, I don't know, that's like a piece of something. And of course we have good old-fashioned dictionary pages and stuff too. There's something that we could use. Okay, let's stop right there. And let's just start collaging in the background to have us a fun background to put on this. Okay, so we're going to do the whole thing. So I'm going to look at this, and we are just going to start covering and putting some pages or some papers and stuff on here. Now remember, we don't have to do the whole thing because these pictures will cover up a lot of what we're doing. Okay, so but for right this second, I'm going to just kind of put these on here and see exactly you know, where I want to put some pages and not put pages and stuff. You get what I'm saying? I'm kind of thinking, this stuff is so fragile right here. We could just, you know, this could just kind of fill in. I don't like it over there, but I bet I will like it here, like along in this right here. I could pull that piece of washi tape up right here that I have, and we can put it back down after we get the background done. Pieces of washi tape like this in my little journal are because I, when I did the journal, that's a ranch home. Put that right on top of that like that. Okay. When I did this journal, I used washi tape on the edges, and if I accidentally tore a piece of my washi tape, oh, we're gonna put that in there. Okay, so we're gonna kind of stop here. And yes, I laid all that out, and then now I'm gonna just lay it up here, and I'll probably forget exactly what I had on there. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna cover the whole thing with this. Okay, so that I have that in the background rather than have such a dark, such a stark white background. Okay, so then when I put the little pages on, you know, I'll have something that's a little bit darker in there. Now, I don't have to do the center part here because that's where our big pictures were going to be. I could have gone all along the edges and stuff and just taken out where the big printables are going to be at, but I just think it's easier just to cover the whole thing. Now I'm going to put this on here, and I'm not going to get crazy about making sure it's lined up perfectly. Okay, I'm not going to try to make sure that it doesn't have wrinkles. I'm just going to lay it down and go from there. Now here, I need to make sure that it's down in the crease because we want to be able to close our book. So I can just take this ruler and smooth it out a little bit if I want to. And then of course we need to go this direction over here. Now see, that's even extra crunchy on this side, which is perfectly fine with me. I like crunchy. Now I'm gonna lay this right along here, right along where that washi tape is. I'm gonna see if I can tear this. No, I don't think I can. Well, I can. It's not like I'm tearing it straight, okay? I'm just kind of ripping it along there. Okay, now if some of the white ends up showing, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. You know, that's kind of what we put it on here for, was to cover a little bit of that white up, but if it ends up showing, it's okay. Now I'm just going to let that hang over the edge because I kind of like that look anyway. Now I'm going to double check my crease here, and I'm going to shut my book for a second, okay? Then we're going to open that puppy back up. Now this is kind of like tissue paper, so that glue is kind of coming through. All right, so like where it doesn't stick right there, I can take this glue and kind of smear that down in there, and then it'll stick. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, I really liked this paper on here, right along there. I really liked that. But I don't think I need quite that much on there. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip to about here, and then I'm going to come down like this because I like this paper, and I think I might want to keep it to use for something else. You never know. Oh, how about if I just tear it because I'm pushing so hard with my glue stick. But you're not going to see that once we get it glued down. So I'm just going to keep going and get my glue on my thing here. Now, it's not a big deal that I'm getting glue in my book there because everything's going to be covered, you know. So you don't really have to worry about that. Now, let's just kind of fix this right here. If it doesn't fix it perfectly, you know, we don't mind. We definitely don't mind. Okay, so see how that's going to look kind of cool like that? Let's see, and I kind of liked this tissue paper going across here. You don't ever want to stop right at the crease, because if you stop right at your crease, you'll, it might not, you know, it could peel up a whole lot if you stop right there at that crease. Okay, so we're going to go past it a little bit like that. Okay, and I'm gonna tear this up here. Now, I'm not going to do anything with these little pieces of scrap because we could possibly use them at a later date on something else. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of put this piece in here like this. I'm just going to get some glue down right here. like that. And then we're going to put that on here, just like that. I'm going to hit that crease right there, like that. And then wherever I missed, I just add glue. This glue dries clear, and it dries quick, and it dries, you know, it doesn't dry like extra crunchy or weird or anything like that. So we are totally good with, you know, getting glue where you don't need to be, you know, where you don't mean to get glue. Okay, so now I'm going to tear this along here. Oh, went a little high, but I'm okay with that right there. One thing I want to do real quick is I want to round the corners on this. I think that looks kind of cool. It almost makes it look like it's maybe like a, not necessarily like a postcard, but I feel like it just kind of finishes off your things that you're making, I guess, the stuff that you're using. Now, of course, we want to ink our edges, because that's what us paper crafters like to do. We like to put ink on our edges. It just kind of frames in our projects. This project is so dark, or these printables are so dark, you're really not going to see my inked edges, but what that's going to do is anywhere that there's white, it will take that off. Now see, I kind of like how this page is already turned out. I kind of like that brown showing up there and all that. I know I had all these other ideas, but I think I'm going to stick that on. I like how it looks, so we're going to go for it. Okay, just let the project speak to you. I try not to plan my projects out too far because, you know, as you're going, you know, if you have a strict regimen on exactly how you're going to put something together, sometimes you don't let the creative juices flow then. So I kind of just let the project speak to me a little bit and tell me what it wants. Look at that. So simple, so cool. I absolutely love it. Okay, I wanted to take a second and talk about today's playlist. It's called Vintage Vibes by Take 5. My co-host is Jeannie's Palette and myself. I'd love it if you'd go check her channel out. Subscribe to all the channels of the wonderful creators that are joining us today. And as always, make sure you hit the thumbs up, give us a comment, hit the bell if you want notifications for the next time that we go live. Okay, so while we have our cutter out, let's go ahead and round these edges on this one too. Now this is a jukebox. Now what this makes me think of was junior high, roller skating, you know, every Saturday night. We went to Kokomo Skate, roller skated. We had 2 skating rinks back then here in town. One was on the north side and one was on the south side, and they were called, I think the one on the north side was actually called Kokomo Skate, and I think that the one on the south side was called Southside Skate. I don't know that for a fact, but I just can't remember. Okay, I kind of like this piece in here. I don't know. I'm just going to kind of leave that brown. Maybe, I don't know if I want that in there or not. I must not, because I'm being wishy-washy about it. Okay, now see, we had this magazine piece that we could throw in there. I'm not digging that now either. How about this? No, I'm not. But something that I do think would be kind of cool is to kind of coordinate with this other page here. Okay, see how I came here? Let's see. How about if we put some of this up here like that? Okay. And then maybe we should go like a little bit of this right over here. I kind of like that idea, just to kind of make the pages look like they go together. I don't know. That's what I like. Okay, see, like I said, I'm just kind of letting the project speak to me rather than me telling the project what I want it to be. I mean, obviously, you got to have some sort of idea of what you want to do and that kind of thing. But, you know, you don't have to have it planned out where this is all I'm going to get done and this is exactly what I'm going to do. I can't do that anyway. It doesn't work for me. Okay, so we'll put this little piece right here like this. Okay, now I'm going to tear this right along here. and I'll tear it right along the bottom here. And like I said, I don't care if it tears crooked, and it did majorly tear crooked. Okay, you know what? Let's just stick this piece, just because we have it. Let's just stick it up here. Let's just stick this. Oh, look, my glue's almost gone. We're not gonna waste that though. We're not gonna waste that. Okay, I'm gonna put that right there. Okay, so now this guy's gonna go right up here. Now see, when we started this project, I talked about fabric, and I'm not even gonna use any fabric on here. I just don't think I need to. I think I like what we got going on right here. Okay, so we're gonna go real kind of slow because I want to get all that glue. I'm gonna use my hand here. Okay, it's got a little plastic thing around it, but we're gonna see if we can get as much glue out of this as we can, because waste not, want not, right? Right? I have more. I ordered more. I won a Craft It challenge with on one of the private groups that I belong to over on Facebook, and I won a $10 Amazon card. So I ordered me some new glue. Pretty excited about that. It's already came, so look at that. Isn't that awesome? I love how that looks. I love how that looks. It's just a fun little page right here. Okay, give me just a second. I'm going to pause you for a minute because I think I want to put some words of some sort on here, but I've got to figure out what I want to put on there. So give me just a minute. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back, and I think I found a little saying to put over here on the roller skating side. I think I'm going to put life is better on 8 wheels. I'm going to say life is better on, and then I'm going to put all capital letters, 8 wheels. Okay, now we're going to tear this out of here. I'm not going to get crazy and make sure it's straight or anything like that. It's just kind of ripped out of there. There's a little, I don't know what that is, a little print there. I'm just going to kind of tear that. Actually, I kind of want it a little closer, so I'm going to use my fingers. And it's coming off a little bit. I ripped where my letter was, but I don't care. That's okay. I don't think that looks bad at all. Okay, so now we're going to get our ink out. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink the whole thing to get it like grungy looking. A little bit like that. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crunch it up like that. Okay. I crunch it up real good. Make it lots of wrinkles on there. Okay. And then I'm going to take my ink again and I'm going to hit it, and it's going to hit some of them high spots a little bit better. And we're just going to put that on there like that, I think. Now, where did our little tub of glue go? Or did I already throw it out? I think I threw it away already. So let's get a new one out. Okay, I told you I bought some new. Can't ever have too much glue, right, ladies? Life is better on 8 wheels. Okay, now the jukebox side, I'm going to put some words over here, and I think I know exactly what I want to put on it. I'm going to put Jukebox Hero. I don't know. You guys like that song? I love that song. So I'm going to put it over here. I'm more doing, to be honest with you, I'm kind of like doing a little bit more of a retro than vintage. Jute. I'm going to have to look that up. How do you spell jute box? Jukebox. Is it J? Jukebox. Okay. Jukebox Hero. I mean, who doesn't love that, right? Again, I'm going to tear it. We don't want straight edges. We just don't like that around here. And I'm just going to kind of rip that a little bit. It's kind of close, but it's okay. All right, and again, I'm going to take my ink and I'm going to darken that up because we want it to look like, you know, vintage, retro, however you want to say it. And I think I'm just going to stick that right there like that, kind of like that. So I'm just going to get some glue on the bottom of here like this. And right there we go with that. Now, we're not done. We're not completely done. Let's add a few little, let's get some stamps out. And let's do some, let's put some of this on our page in a few spots. Okay, now I could get black out or I could stick with brown. I think I'm going to stick with brown right now. I'm just going to get some ink on here. I'm not getting a lot, just a little bit. And then we'll just put that down, okay? We'll just hit a few spots with that. I pulled out stars too. I don't know if I really want to use the stars. Kind of liking how this crinkle is looking. Doesn't that look cool? Just like that. Just adds a little something else to your project, if that's what you want to do. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of get all the ink off of it. There's not much left on there. Okay, so I kind of like how that looks. I think that we'll stop right there. But what do you guys think? Vintage, retro, more vintage than retro. I'm more retro than vintage, but that's okay. I want to thank my friend Jeannie from Jeannie's Palette. This is a playlist for Take 5. So anyway, I'm going to do a voiceover. Anyway, there you go. Thank you. And here's the final reveal of our fun little vintage vibe spread in our book. Thank you, Jeannie. She's my co-host. Make sure you check the whole entire playlist out. It's up in my description. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell to get notifications when we go live. Take 5 sponsors playlists every other Friday. If you're interested, contact one of us and we'll get you signed up. Bye-bye.